everyone. You are about to watch Papa Grizz 56's live stream. Please wait while we get this live stream ready. Thank you for your patience. Papa Grizz 56 is now ready to live stream. The live stream will begin in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, yo, Papa Grizz here. Hello, viral guy. Oh, coffee went down the wrong way. I hope y'all are having a lovely day. My God. Oh. Oh, yeah. All right.
Blue, go lay down.
That's bad. Probably caught something last night at the hospital. Craig, hello. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it. See the red tint to my arms? Something they did at the hospital yesterday gave me hives. What was it called? A CT scan?
Yeah.
They did a CT scan. They did chest x-rays.
For his leg problems.
2 COVID tests. You know, the small one, and then they grabbed the long one and went way up there, and I almost hit the bitch. Yeah, I went in yesterday. Reason I wasn't on, my back was so bad, I could hardly stand. I could hardly walk. I couldn't even get around. Okay, finally, about 6 o'clock, we figured out, well, okay, I'll go to the front door, and Haley took my mobility scooter by the front door, and I rode down to the car to get it, just to get into the car. We get to the hospital, I go in. Yeah, I was a little busy, so I figured it's going to take a little bit of time. You know, starting about 6. He took me back around a little bit after 6:30. I sat back there for, what, almost an hour?
It was over an hour.
Almost 2 hours.
Go lay down.
About 2.5 hours later, they came in and did a chest x-ray while I was sitting there, okay? They brought the x-ray machine, portable. Took an x-ray of my chest. Fine. Now I told him my back's all screwed up. I can hardly walk, can't hardly stand. Then about maybe 20 minutes later, they come in and they do these 2 COVID tests. Not one now and then one later, but both at the same time. Okay. What else they do to me? They put me on oxygen because they said my oxygen was going up and down. Well,
Blood work.
as I was moving, oh yeah, they came in and they did blood work. Here's the stupid thing. I've had to take it out of the top of my hand. I've had to take it out on the inside of my arm. They took it out right here on my forearm. That's like when they put the IV in. They put the IV halfway right there. Okay, well, they had to put the IV in for the CT test. They had to put the solution in me. I don't know if that's what's making me itch. I am itchy like crazy. Yeah, that was about a little bit before 11, about 10:30, 10:45. And I told him, I says, hey, you haven't told me nothing. You're hardly in here. I've been in here since 6, almost 6 hours. I haven't heard nothing. I know you're busy. You're very slow. Yeah, I'm leaving at 12. Well, about 10 to a quarter to 12, this one nurse came in and started saying, well, all the tests we got, they're all, nothing wrong with you. And Mama Grizz spouted off. She goes, what about his back? That's why he came in here for, was his back.
No.
And they thought it was because I was having trouble breathing. Okay? And she says, well, when you came in, you said breathing. No. When they took me first in by the registration booth, they took me in. And she asked me, what's wrong? I go, I can hardly walk. I've almost fallen about 2-3 times. My back's completely out of it. And I'm in a lot of pain. And she goes, are you on oxygen? I says, only at night when I put on my CPAP, BiPAP machine. I'm on 2 liters. She goes, well, it sounds like you're having a lot of trouble breathing right now. I go, yeah, I'm in a lot of pain, So they thought from that conversation it was for my breathing. Yeah, they did the, CT scan with the solution to see if I had a blood clot in my lungs. She said I don't have no lung disease, emphysema or nothing like that. But right before 12, after she tells me this here about nothing's wrong with me, and she starts saying, well, you came in here for this. I said, take this damn IV out of my arm, bring me the paperwork to sign, because I want to get out of here. I go, 6 hours is crazy, and you have done nothing. You know how long it takes to do an x-ray? Yeah, I understand they're busy. So I get, normally I go there, it's about 3 hours. Okay, 6 hours? Yeah. It's going good, Dan. Yeah, I sort of say, this is, I'm talking about this loud. I go, this is stupid. I come in here for my back, and you're checking me for COVID.
I think he wants you to pay.
I said, what do you need, $35,000? Ain't that what you get for, each COVID patient? So she goes, fine, I'll go get the paperwork. Well, she leaves, come back with 3 nurses with the paperwork. I don't even think she was with them, was she?
No, that we didn't get the paperwork.
It was 3 different nurses came in to take the IV out. 3 nurses to take an IV out. I didn't get no paperwork to sign out. And all of a sudden I see a cop. I look at Carol, I go, they called the popo on me. It was a sheriff's department. I go, yo, meter maid, you can leave. Nothing going on here. And he looked at me, and the nurses took the damn needle out of my arm there. You can see the bruise.
This is why you shouldn't give Dog a coffee in the first place.
And I was holding it, and I just went out, and I released it, and the blood hadn't stopped yet. She just had like a Band-Aid on it. And I got up, and my wife goes, Don, your arm's bleeding like crazy. And I looked down, and the little pad they put on with this real thin strip of tape, my whole arm here was nothing but blood, okay? So I said, I don't give a fuck the way it's going now. You know, I don't care if I die. So the nurse stopped it, you know, put another pad on it and all. And I came out of the room and I looked up at the sheriff's, deputy sheriff. He goes, I didn't say nothing to you. I said, I forget what it was. Just try something meter maid or something like that, or whatever. What got me pissed, when he came in the room, he unsnapped his gun and had his hand down by it. Like, you know, he wants to shoot me. I mean, that's how I felt. I mean, you know, if he came in and asked what the problem, you know, if he was nice. But the one bitch who came in and said she was going to go get the paperwork, she was a little bit unnice. Because, you know, you're still in pain. My back's killing me. Oh, yeah, my back was killing me. And I sat on that uncomfortable, what they call a bed or whatever, for 6 friggin' hours in pain. And they're checking me for COVID. Midnight, I was out here a little bit after midnight, okay? Went in at 6, midnight. They only did like what? A blood test, the CT scan, which didn't take no time, the x-ray didn't take no time. You know, I understand it takes a little while, they're using it other people. They had 5 people there with COVID, they wouldn't even let out of their rooms, or the people with them. You know, I'm hearing some dude, you know, hacking up a lung down a room down close to where I was, and yeah. But I mean, that cop, I looked at, I said, you fucking meter maid, try something. I think on the way out, I even said, yeah, pull that gun, I'll stick it up your ass and unload it. I ain't armed. They can't pull a gun on me. If they do, I will take it away from them, stick them up their ass and unload it. No, I'm talking about this loud because, you know, my wife's hard of hearing. You know, her hearing is bad. And yeah, there was another person next to me, 2 people in the room. But I'm old, I don't give a fuck. You know, that's like you go in there when you've got your finger halfway cut off, and they check you for fucking jock itch or something else. 6 fucking hours thinking they're going to do something. I thought the CT scan, and then I started thinking, okay, they only went from my neck down to my belly. So, you know, it ain't my upper back, it's my lower back. And I'm thinking, okay, what the fuck is this? But they did call on me. You know, you got a sheriff's department, a deputy there all the time. Yeah. You know, I came in on a fucking wheelchair. I could barely get up on the fucking bed where they examine you. You know, I had... At the CT scan, I could hardly get on the damn thing, and it was like a hollowed out log. It was, you know, it's concave and all. And they had a hell of a time getting me up, and my back's just trying to get me up. And yeah, they're that scared of me. I must be one terrorist-looking guy or something. I don't know. Two tests at the same time. They did the one, you know, the little one that only goes up part way. Then they got this long one, and then she stick it up, and I did. I started to rear back to hit the bitch. Did they call the popo on her? And the word COVID beats flu. That's the thing that's weird. People think, oh, that word just means a deadly disease. No. It's a technical word for the flu. And now I got this hell of a rash on me that itches like a mofo. That it's very hard to keep from itching. I told my wife, they ain't gonna do nothing. I've been there, 1, 2, 3, 4. That made the 4th time I've, really been there, and they've just, each time said, oh, there's nothing wrong with you. But they're checking out my heart and everything, and lower, no. They had nothing for my back. When they put the x-ray screen behind me while I'm sitting there on the bed, they had it raised up. And they put it up by my shoulder. I'm thinking, okay, I ain't going to say nothing, but it's my lower back. And then the CT scan, it was mostly upper body. I'm thinking, it's my lower back. Then when the nurse came in and said that all the tests, were negative, I had nothing. I didn't have COVID. I didn't have blood clot in my lung. I didn't have emphysema, any kind of things wrong with my lungs. My heart was in good shape. My lungs were in good shape at all. And I think Mama Grizz got a little bit pissed off because she goes, well, what about his back? She goes, something wrong with his back? And then they called a meter maid on me. God damn. Go to a baseball game. They call a meter maid on me. I'm not what do you call it? A butterfly, snowflake, whatever. At a baseball game, when I see, you see the umpire cheating these young kids at baseball, calling a strike when the damn ball hits in front of the plate. Yeah, I'm going to speak out loud and proud. And that was Department of Wildlife down through here. And he goes, well, I could call the police. I said, call him. I go, watch this guy now, pitcher pitched the ball, hit in front of the plate. Strike! Oh man, he is bad. He goes, but would you want, if your kid is playing, would you want them, somebody heckling during the game? I go, my daughter is playing! What do you think I'm down here? Everybody, the fucking snowflakes in this city, they call the po-po. You fart and it doesn't smell right, you're going to have the po-po called on you. I'm tired of the bullshit. Call the po-po. Stick the po-po up your ass. Yeah, I start cracking on the cop because I wouldn't have said a damn word, but I always watch their hands, where their gun is, or see if they have a gun either. And he unsnapped it and put his hand on it, and I'm thinking, oh my God, we got Barney Fife here. That's thought going through my head. And as I was leaving the room, he goes, I didn't say a word to you. And I almost said, you fucking just did. Now, shut your yap. I should have said that, but I didn't. I called him a meter maid instead. Yo, meter maid, there's no cars parked in there. People coming in with all different things. I didn't see anybody coming in that was sick. One gentleman came in. He said he was feeling real bad, like he's going to pass out, and he ain't feeling good and all this here. And well, that's something you're going to have to take up, you know, go to your personal doctor. We don't treat sickness. I'm thinking, what the fuck? What if the guy's having a heart attack? What if the guy's having a bursted appendicitis? You don't treat sickness at a hospital? Jesus Christ. I almost said something. I was in so much pain. I don't know how long I was in the waiting room. I mean, I just kept blanking out a little bit. And yeah. I mean, the pain was so bad. It was... But you're going for back problems, and they check you for COVID and heart and shit. Oh, just treat COVID, I guess. But when that nurse took blood out of the top part, right here, okay, right here on my forearm, on top, not underneath, but on top. I said my hands. Okay, I got veins there in my hands. You can see them, can you not? I got veins in that hand. You can see them, can you not? My forearms. You don't see no veins. Yeah, Mom was talking about, well, we call an ambulance to take you out. I said, no, I ain't going to waste $500 because that's what a, ambulance ride is here. Just, it's about what, mile and a half, 2 miles tops? Yeah. Well, it's about a half mile to the elementary school, maybe not. Okay. It's about a mile, a little over a mile. And then for them to find nothing, because I knew damn well they weren't going to do a damn thing or find nothing. It is. And what I thought was funny, up by where you check it, they had one thing saying about COVID. If you come here, you must wear a mask. Let us know if you have any of the symptoms and all this shit. And then right next to it, it has, what is that, herpalol, where you don't have to tell anybody about your medical. Then I was thinking, okay, right there, the herpalol, you don't have to tell anybody about your medical problems or nothing. But yet they want you to be ID'd before you could go on an airplane or go into a ballpark or whatever. Oh, wow. Well, that's good. Good luck with that one. That's something like a CT scan. They put me into this thing. I go, oh, I put a lot of donuts in me. I've never been in a donut. You know, they put you through the middle. Just trying to lighten the... But you have better luck than me. Yeah, but my back's feeling better today. I figure, what the fuck, I'm going to live with pain. I'm going to live with pain. I'm not going back to that damn hospital. If I'm in, I'm going to wait till the open carry laws, you know, or concealed carry becomes law. It's a constitutional carry becomes law, and I'm going to be packing, and the cop pulls a fucking gun or acts like he's going to pull his gun. You know, I'm going to lay his ass up. Take out his legs. I'm tired of, you know, I've had this trouble all my life. This is the third, fourth, fifth hospital I've had a gun pulled on me, or them unbuckling it like they're going to take, you know, do something. I tell them, I'm not going to do nothing. I just want the hell out of here. Oh, you're making too much noise. I told her this is how I talk because my wife is a little bit deaf. Yeah, it might be louder than... Yeah. Okay, what we're going to do is stick this seed way up your booty, and we're going to mine for gold. You know, I talk so people can hear me, so that they can understand me. Well, the deputy sheriff came in, and he's unsnapping his gun as he came in and put his hand on it, like, you know. I've had two at Metro, one at St. John West Shore, one in Leary Memorial, and this is clown. Two of them has pulled the gun halfway out of the holster, and I told him, put it back, meter mater, I'm going to stick it up your ass and unload it. The hospital security is the sheriff's department. Off-duty sheriff's department, I guess, but he's wearing a sheriff's department uniform. You know. That's about 20th to 30th cop that... I'm not a threat. I've stopped at a, traffic violation, put my hands on the steering wheel, holding my, driver's license and insurance, so I could give them, and cops have pulled guns on me. I don't know. Do I look that threatening? You know. I haven't had that done down here, but, ball game, been swatted a couple times, more than what you all know. I've had guns pulled on me. Let's see, at hospital, yeah. Oh, I took the mask off, and the officer was there, and I took off. I go, fuck your mask, fuck Joe Biden. No, because I was speaking like this, and they wanted me to whisper. I was speaking too loud because they did nothing. I go in for back pain, loss of movement in my leg, and they're checking me for COVID in my lungs and all. Maybe they think I didn't even have my earring in, so how could they think that? Come on. Took like 2 to 3 of them to help me onto the bed because I couldn't hardly stand and walk. I think I got Cleveland, property of Cleveland tattooed on my forehead, and they think I'm a badass or something. I'm a nice guy, but don't get me mad. I won't hurt nobody. Bad. They thought I was King Kong trying to climb the Empire State Hospital. Good afternoon, Miss Sarah. Yeah, it was a fun-filled evening. You know, I was going to do my happy hour last night, but I was in so much pain. It was happy hour or, No, I had on a long sleeve t-shirt, a pocket, and all this shit. I had a mask on before I went in, or no, when we went to the front desk, we asked them if they had an extra mask for me. Mom only had one in the car. I forgot to take one. But I had a mask on. I was being a good boy. 6 hours later, they more or less are throwing my ass out. No, they didn't throw me out. I wanted to leave. Because I was most of the day thinking, how am I going to get to the hospital? I don't want an ambulance because that's so damn costly, and, I ain't got that there much. Oh, muscle pull. Yeah, that is. I wish this was, but it's every day of my life the past couple years. So finally we figured out, Haley went out in the garage, got my mobility scooter, brought it by the front door. I used the walker. Yeah, they didn't do nothing. Okay. I went in there because my back was hurt so bad yesterday. I almost fell a few times. 3-4 times I almost fell. My legs wouldn't hardly work. And they're checking me for COVID and my lungs and my heart and, Okay. Yeah. And after 6 hours of there, and they came in, 2 COVID tests. They did the one, the small stick up in there, don't feel good. And then she whips out this long, she's going for gravy train, I guess. I don't know. They did nothing to check out my back. And after 6 hours, I was pissed. They say I do. I mean, they haven't really done any scans or anything to see if I do. But yeah, when I start talking, I'm talking normal like this. Because Mama Grizz is kind of hard of hearing. Because her eardrums have burst, And I'm talking about this level, and they tell me to quiet down. They bring in the deputy sheriff and all, and is she making any money? Mama, make some more beans. I don't know. People do weird shit. That sounds mighty weird to me. Yeah, they checked me to see if I had a blood clot in my lungs. They said I don't have no, emphysema or anything wrong with my lungs. My heart was in good shape. My lungs were in good shape. I don't have COVID. Yeah. Yo, anybody want a Papa Grizz fart? No, I ain't. I mean, yeah, mine froze twice. Well, it is cold outside. Just check with the butt. It's 39 degrees. Feel like 32. Cloudy. Southwesterly wind at 10 miles an hour. Humidity is 61% here in beautiful Midwest Ohio. Friggin' heat wave. There you go. Oh, there was enough freeze. Oh my God. And right now, I don't know what it is. Either whatever they put in my arm when they did that CT scan. Something, I got hives like crazy. My body's all broke out, red. Yeah, they're like boogieing. Itching like crazy. Mama put some non-itch lotion on it, like creamy shit, and it's still itching. Hey, baby. Got your SpongeBob or t-shirt?
Yep.
It's 39 here, but a little cooler with the... Yeah, it froze. Okay, move. There we go. Oh, my God. I don't know how... I hope it wears off soon, because this is...
Well, it's for Tim.
I'm freezing up big time.
What?
I froze up again. God dang. I'm a frosty fat guy. There a little bit. I must be. I mean, I've had it before, and I never got hives from it. Especially my right arm, where they went fishing for a vein. I knew I should have ran earlier when they took blood to test my blood out of my forearm, in the middle of my forearm. Not in the wrist or top of the hand or in the forearm, but on top. Okay? If I ever get sick again, call the ambulance, have me life flighted to fucking Cleveland. At about 9 o'clock, I told the wife, I feel like leaving. I go, they ain't gonna find nothing, they ain't gonna do nothing. Now we're here, stay. Okay, midnight. Come and tell me, oh, the test came back negative. You don't have COVID. You don't have a blood clot in your lung. You don't have, your lungs are in real good shape. Your heart's in real good shape. I've talked to your doctor. Your doctor said you've been having this problem of breathing for a long time. And Mama Griswold, what about his back? That's why we're here for. Everybody who I didn't say hello to, hello. I mean, I've been there, almost 3 years ago. I was there 3 times before somebody listened to me and checked the damn huge ass grapefruit lump on my leg and found out it was an infection. And then the surgeon and all said, I only had a couple days to get that there done or I would have died. You know what I mean? Went there 3 times. Within a week, twice taken by ambulance. Last time I was hallucinating and all because of the infection. Oh no, I didn't have to spit in a tube. They had the little, looks like a pipe cleaner up to each nostril. That one wasn't bad, okay? Then they brought out this one that's about yay big, and then they trying to go all the way up, and yeah. When she pulled that out, I did. I more or less forgot where I was. I would begin getting ready to hit somebody, but I pulled back, she brought it out, I go, I ever see Joe Biden, I'm kicking his ass. But yeah, one right after the other, no time in between or nothing. And I'm thinking, I'm sitting there 6 hours or more or less 3 hours. It was 3 hours that I was there before they did COVID. And I'm thinking, they did too. Do I have something? Oh, I see they got a new law in the city of Washington, D.C. The mayor there in Washington, D.C. has declared, starting Saturday, if you go outside, you must have a photo ID, proof you have been vaccinated, and a mask on. Nazi Germany has finally made it here to the U.S. Show us your papers. Yeah. You need your test card that proves that you had the COVID vaccine. You need a picture ID and you need a mask. Who knows what they injected in me? I have no idea. Let me see the vial before you squirt that shit in me, Oh. Red Lobster, Papa Grizz. Yeah, Washington, D.C., the mayor said as of Saturday, you need proof of ID, like a picture proof of ID. You need your COVID vaccination card, and you need a mask on if you leave your house. Mama, I can't go to school. All the masks got ripped up by the dog. Or I ain't got a picture ID. I don't know. I mean, she got mad because I said I wanted to leave. Well, she came back, told me all the tests were negative, so I guess it was time for me to leave. What? They charge you hospital space by the hour? Thought that if they hit midnight, they could charge me for another hour? I don't know. They can't do that. AW fan, that is totally illegal. You've paid into they have to pay you all the money you have invested. Okay. That's like the one nurse asked me if I've been vaccinated. I go, hey, I plead the HIPAA law. I go, ain't it with the HIPAA law you don't have to tell them about your medical history? She goes, yeah. I go, okay, I plead the HIPAA law. I go, but no, I haven't been vaccinated. I think it's stupid. Yeah, old stuffy ass Joe Biden, he was gonna, if you're on Social Security, stop your Social Security if you don't get the vaccine. That's totally illegal. I don't work for the government. I don't have to listen to his laws, his mandates. I wish I lived in Washington, D.C. I'd be contacting neighbors and friends and relatives and tell them on Saturday we're all going to go out without our vax cards and our mask on. See if we all get arrested. Try to get like a few hundred to a couple thousand out there doing it. Yeah. So when I see Joe Biden run to his helicopter to go on a joy trip, to the East Coast for another vacation, I'm going, call the Popo in Washington, D.C. and say, yo, he's outside without a mask on. See if the mayor of Washington, D.C. comes and arrests him. Yeah, it is. They said it doesn't matter if as soon as you set foot outside, you better have the two forms of identification, the vax card and picture card, and you got to have a mask on. Right. I mean, but a lot of them have, they're forced into it. Oh. I mean, you can't even call it a vaccine because it doesn't stop anything, okay? I'm sorry, but yeah, COVID was here. Omicron's was here. What else? Delta was here. These viruses are here, yes. But I don't think they're that serious. I got Medicare with the Medicare supplement. You know, I've taken the ambulance before and they didn't cover it. I don't know. Go ask Chubb how that works. Okay, I thought I seen a big truck out there. I'm seeing things. My Parkinson's getting worse. I do think I have Parkinson because I forget quite a bit anymore, and I get like the jitters in my hand where they're just twitching like crazy, and in my legs, and yeah. When I go back to see my doctor, March, April, whenever, I'm gonna ask to be checked for it. There you go. Let's go, Brandon. You know, the medical field's so screwed up now. You go for one thing, they're worrying more about if you have COVID or not. But my main concern, like I told a lady, I've almost fallen a few times today. In my head, it's like swirled and I almost fell backwards. And yeah, my legs were very sore. I barely got out to the couch. I didn't do a live stream because I didn't think I could make it here, 10 feet, 15 feet from the couch to the computer. Yeah, going to the bathroom was very hectic. I was so winded. My legs hurt so bad when I went to the bathroom. I can live without, being a little bit out of breath, but my legs, that's what carries you, and that's where less I was worried about, and that's why I was in the hospital. They didn't even check for nothing about my legs or my back. Well, it's good to know I don't have emphysema or anything wrong with my lungs. And my heart's in great shape, they said, so, It's good to know that, but I wasn't there because of my lungs and my breathing and whatever. It could be. I don't know. Yeah, they put you into a room, they slapped the damn blood pressure on my upper arm and put the little blood ox thing, and my blood ox kept going between 90 and 93, 94, and there you go, pay to papa. From what I see, they're treating people, yeah, like I said, COVID is out there, okay? We all know that. I'm not saying it ain't real, but it is real. And people have died from it. And even the nurses agreed with me, the masks don't do nothing. One's a nurse practitioner, which means that she could do a lot of things that doctors could do, but she ain't fully a doctor. Yeah, she even agreed. So they know this in the hospitals and all. But they have to mandate it because, you know, Joe Biden says you have to wear them. I've had Medicare for a while now, and I think I've used it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Wow, and I've been stuck in the hospital for over a month. Yeah, well, 3 of those times was because I had an infection in my leg, and they didn't find it out until the 3rd time I went. So that ain't taking, you know, advantage. They don't work, believe me. I've had doctors tell me. I've had nurses tell me they don't work. Not even that damn N95. If the N95 work, why do they show when people, when the COVID was bad, they had on like the space suits? If the N95 works, why do you need the fucking spacesuit? You know, I know the virus is deadly, can be deadly, but so can the flu, so can pneumonia, so can heart disease. But to say everything is COVID related, no. COVID's been around for years since. Oh, and if you didn't know, COVID is just a medical term for flu. COVID-19, the flu of 2019. That's what it means. Because back in the early to mid 70s, you know, I was looking at this bottle, it was ibuprofen, you know, aspirin-like kind of shit. And it says good for COVID and on. I go, what's fuck COVID? I don't want to catch that, I don't think. And I looked up the definition of COVID, and it's the medical term for the flu. So, a lot of people don't know that. You change the name, use the medical term or another terminology for the flu, and they think, oh my God, it's deadly. No. Here you go. I'm going to turn my speaker up all the way. What is the technical term for the flu? Influenza? No. Let's move it up. Flu term. Oh, they don't have it anymore, I don't think. Medical definition of flu. Influenza, okay. Is the flu like COVID?
According to CDC, influenza and COVID-19 are both contagious respiratory illnesses, but they are caused by different viruses. COVID-19 is caused by infection with a coronavirus first identified in 2019, and flu is caused by infection with influenza viruses.
Okay, what did I say about coronavirus? Infection with the... Okay. See if I get it here. What is coronavirus?
According to CDC.gov, COVID-19 is caused by a coronavirus called SARS-CoV-2. Older adults and people who have severe underlying medical conditions like heart or lung disease or diabetes seem to be at higher risk for developing more serious complications from COVID-19 illness.
See, now they put COVID-19. It used to be the flu. Coronavirus. Well, that corona, COVID, you know, that's why it's called that. But everything now, it's COVID-19, that kind of coronavirus. No, I just want to know simple, plain fucking coronavirus. You know, some people thought Corona beer cured you of the coronavirus. Some people thought Corona beer, you got the COVID virus. COVID is a short terminology for Corona, which the coronavirus is the flu. I should get out my old dictionary and look it up. I mean, this dictionary is from the 70s, and yeah, that's how I found out what it is. A coronavirus is the flu, a flu virus. So they take COVID from corona, and then 19, meaning 2019, so it's a flu virus of 2019. Yes, it might have been a deadlier form, I don't know for sure, because they don't have no proper statistics. They're all joined together, flu, pneumonia, heart disease, car crashes, and now they're calling COVID. So, you know, what is real, what ain't real? Well, good for you, you're a troll. You know, and that's just like the word vaccine, something that prevents you from getting a disease. That's what a vaccine is, you know. Well, now they don't have prevent, it has to help with the disease or something like that there, to make the symptoms less or something like that. So what you're doing, you're changing, you know, medical terms that's been around for centuries and changing them to so you could use them against people. Put the fear mongering into people. Corey Graves cleared to wrestle. Really? That's like the Royal Rumble. They got, you know, Hardcore Country, what's her name there, for WWE, and she's on, not AEW, but Impact Wrestling. You know, she's a champion over in Impact. They've asked her, she hasn't given a reply, but they're saying she's there. Some of the other ones, they have asked them to be there, but they haven't given no answer, but they said they're going to all be there. So, you know, I think one's a AEW lady wrestler that's supposedly going to be there, one Impact Wrestling. Yeah, I don't know.
Have fun! Oh, yeah.
Be careful, baby. A wobble.
Love you.
I will. Yeah, they were fighting, yeah. Heather, do I look scary?
No, you're not. Ding dong is your wrong.
Well, the cop at the hospital thought I was scary or something. I don't know.
You
The
never
nurses. I ain't gonna hurt nobody.
That's right. You
Bad.
love us.
I gotta be being hurt before I hurt someone. Okay.
I got Cody in them.
Oh my God, Cody. Now people's gonna start leaving. And for the people today are such wusses. This cop, I swear to God, he was shaking. He was scared the way he was looking at me like, is this guy gonna rip my throat out?
No, everyone.
No, I'm not. Cody said, "Hi, Heather." This cop probably went home crying to his wife. I'm gonna quit my job. I see this fat man and he scared me. He was old and gray and in a wheelchair, but he just scared me.
Hey, Sharon, how you doing?
I mean, people today, not like when I was, I'm from the smart mouth generation. This guy coming in, unstrapping his gun, and like putting his hand on it, and to me that's threatening. Maybe I should sue the friggin' sheriff's department. I left my phone at home. Haley, when I got home, Mama had already called him and told him what was going on. Haley goes, "You forgot your phone." That would have been the best YouTube video of all time.
It would be. But you forgot.
Like I said, I was in so much pain yesterday. Haley goes, "I told you to take him to a different hospital." Yeah, the one here in town sucks.
That's why you left with no problem.
I tried to be nice to everybody. I was cracking jokes with the nurses, even though I was in pain. You could tell how much pain I am in, because normally when I'm in pain, I will crack a lot of jokes. Just take my mind off the pain. I did call him Barney Fight.
That would be neat.
I should write to the hospital. Said, I go in there for my back, and they're checking me for COVID and heart disease and blood clots in my lung and everything. Never got around. After 6 hours, they came and told me all the tests were negative. I don't have nothing. And because I got a little loud, because I said, well, I came in here for my back, and they brought law enforcement in, who unstrapped his gun, how they got the little snap on it, so the gun don't fall or pulled out, while they're fighting or something, and be putting his hand on it. To me, that is threatening. Now, if somebody would be out there calling me names or, picking up something to hit me with it or something, I brandish a firearm. They get me for brandishing a firearm, and my ass is going to jail. But law enforcement, they're allowed to unsnap it, pull it out a little bit, or pull it out and hold it down to the side. And I just tell them, don't try billing my insurance for this stupid thing, because I went in for back problems, and all you're worried about is COVID. 6 hours. I know you're at hospital slow. I know a lot of people was in there. You know, I was letting it all slide. But around midnight, I'm thinking, you know, it was about 11 o'clock. I'm thinking, they haven't done nothing really to check my back. And that's why I went in there for it. My back was I was in so much pain. I got nothing against law enforcement, but this was a younger guy. And yeah, I got mouthy with him. When I seen him unsnap the gun and put his hand on the handle, you know, yeah, it sort of pissed me off. Did I threaten him? No, I didn't say, you know, before you can pull that gun, I'll stick it up your ass and load it. I never said that, okay? I did call him Barney Fife. I did call him a meter maid. I said, hey, meter maid, move on. No car in here. This was a young officer, and they got it, you know, they see me getting in a wheelchair, trying to put me in a wheelchair and all. It ain't like I'm going to run people down, you know, stabbing them or something with a scalpel or something. I mean, really? You do have a gun. I was far enough away you could get it pulled at any time, unsnapped it and pulled it at any time. Because I could barely move because my back, you know. Here's the thing. My back was more or less dead. I couldn't hardly walk, move, whatever. Most cops are good, okay? I respect them. I believe in them. I believe we need them. But you got to teach these young cops, don't be so, you know, gun-ho. But he didn't scare me, and I let him know it. And as my wife's rolling me out in the wheelchair, I look up at him, he go, I didn't say nothing to you. And I almost said, motherfucker, you just did, but I didn't. I said, yeah, Barney Fife, go move along, do your job. Sure, there's a lot of good cops out there. Most of them, I say, are. But you got these young cops that are scared to death when they're put alone. They need somebody with them to train them for like a year. Okay? So that they don't pull their gun willy-nilly. They don't brandish their firearms like this officer did. You know, if I have a concealed weapon and my shirt goes up, while somebody's arguing with me, they could say I was brandishing it, so meaning I was threatening them with it, which wouldn't be the case. You know, I'm a big man. Shirts are made for, I got a long body. Most t-shirts and shirts are made for, you know, normal size bodies, but I got a long body, and my shirt does right up sometime. So, but they could get you on brandishing a firearm. Which means, you know, oh, you were threatening them. You were showing your gun. Not by choice. Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of good cops out there, okay? But this is a young one. He thought he was Barney Fife. You know, remember old Barney Fife on Andy Griffin? Hear a noise or something, he pulled a gun and, you know. And the way he said, I didn't say nothing to you. It was like, please don't hurt me. I didn't say nothing to you. You know, that's how it sounded to me. I didn't mean to scare the young lad, but he got to remember, too, I'm human. I did nothing wrong. I'm talking at this tone of voice my normal tone of voice, because like I said, I might talk a little loud, but it's because my wife is a little bit deaf, okay? Get over it. Quit being a fucking snowflake. You're wearing a badge, you're wearing a gun, you're out there to protect people, protect us. You know, don't try to scare us, because this is one dude you don't scare. I don't care, you got a gun. Whoop-de-doo. I've had guns before. I know how to use them. I never used one against an officer of the law. Yeah, I've had them at, you know, I always treat an officer if I'm speeding or something. You know, good day, officer. Here's my license and my insurance, and hand it out the window, keeping my hands in plain view on the steering wheel. And they start getting mouthy with me, then Papa Nice Guy leaves, okay? Then you got, you know, Donnie Badass. I've asked the cop, who in the fuck do you think you are? I go, take me to court. Quit your mouth, write me the fucking ticket, and I'll see you in front of a judge. I went to court. The officer never showed. The judge tore up the ticket. If I was a cop, you'd be in jail. Have fun trying to do that. If I didn't do nothing wrong and I know I'll go to jail, I'm more than happy. I'll say, put the cuffs on, motherfucker. But I will see you in court. Here's the thing. I will do what an officer said. I won't suck to Johnny or nothing like that. But if they want to take me into jail, I'm all for it. Hey, guess what? I got a lawsuit against you. No, Donnie Badass. DBA. DBA there, Scott. Donnie Badass. Yeah, if cop comes, I'd like to step in and talk to you. No. Stand right here and talk to me. Yeah, there, you can tell cops stay out. If they force yourselves in, you got a lawsuit. You know, it wasn't until I was about 20s, maybe early 20s, yeah. Well, it had been in my late teens. Yeah, I had some bad doing with city cops. State highway patrols, I felt, always treated me with respect, so I treat them back with respect. City police is the thing that always bugged me, and I looked up the laws and all, and, you know, that's why I wanted to go into law enforcement, or be an attorney, okay? Yeah, we could talk outside. You know, here about a couple months back, I seen the cops, 3 cops, roll up at the house. Yeah. They didn't pull the guns or nothing. Most of the time I've talked nice to them. I think maybe one time, damn, I got the hiccups. Maybe one time I had a hard ass, and they seen, you know, I don't scare easy. You know, you wave around a gun or so. I go, motherfucker, I ain't waving around a gun. I go, get the fuck out of my house. He said, what? I go, get the fuck out of my house. And he left. So, I think I showed him that I was going to scare. A few cops, they try to use scare tactics on you. You know, I can take you to jail. Let's go. Am I in time for dinner? No, the only reason they could come into your house is they hear somebody in distress. Or if you got like drugs or something laying around your house. If it's outside on the ground, they got to prove it came from your apartment, okay? They can't do shit if the shit's outside. What are you wrestling? I was a real Donnie badass, yeah. You know, and that's the thing. That's where I've lived almost all my life. I'll be nice to anybody. I treat everybody I meet with respect. But then, you know, you want to push me and, you know, smack talk me, yeah, then DBA comes out, Donnie Badass. I thought in September I was going to have to show a little bit of Donnie Badass, but people didn't show. But no, I try to, like I said, everybody I meet, officers, whoever, I try to treat them with respect. Everybody I meet. First time, I treat you with respect. You start talking smack or down on me, yeah. I turn real quickly. Yeah, I think when I get off here, I'm going to write a letter to the hospital over there, to the board of directors, and send one to a couple of places. Send one to the sheriff's offices. You know, you got to train your officers. Just because somebody's talking a little bit loud, he doesn't come in and unstrap his gun, put his hand on it like he's going to draw it, because that's threatening somebody. And, you know, one day he's going to threaten somebody like that, he's going to get hurt. You know, which is true. You have these overzealous cops who want to pull their guns, and, you know, I don't carry anymore. Yeah, they're going to meet up with somebody who does, and, yeah, they're going to be in trouble. Then they go, oh, he was a good lad. He was young. Well, teach him properly. You know, that's all I'm saying. I have no hate towards them. But, you know, when he unstraps his gun and puts his hand on it like he's ready to draw it, you know, I start visualizing Barney Fife. Okay? He hears a weird noise, he pulls the gun out and, you know. So what I'm saying is, treat everybody with respect. The respect that you want back. But if they start up at you, ripping them a new ass. That's what I told my wife. I apologize to my wife for causing a scene. I says, but I ain't going to let people push me around. I go, I'm in a lot of pain. My back's killing me. I go there for my back, and they want to check me for COVID.
Yeah. Let me see your rash. Ooh.
Yeah.
That looks painful.
Very itchy. You didn't bring the police with you?
Police?
Yeah.
Why would they bring the police?
Because I didn't do nothing wrong. I raised my voice a little.
What if I smacked it?
What?
How was it?
Go for it.
Oh,
No.
Go
For it.
Right, I didn't know that first one. Well, that was the best. Okay. And now something by me.
Yeah, I didn't get much sleep last night. No, I'm just that way. You know, I'm going to treat you with respect. I went first meet you. Yeah, I'm going to treat anybody with respect. But I ain't going to be pushed around. You know, they're going to charge me for COVID tests and all, that CT scan and the shit that they put into me, and what else, the x-rays and all. And it was nothing for what I was there for. So then they want to run more tests. No. Yes, Sydney Hospital sucks, yes.
They cured you. Your back's fine.
It ain't fine. I still got I'm still pissed off. I think it's adrenaline running.
Oh, it's Taco Wednesday.
Oh, we're having tacos now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know what else.
Yeah, that was the officer, yes.
Have a fresh thing of lettuce, which you gotta eat that salad shit,
I keep rants in there.
and sour cream.
Okay. Ramen tacos.
I didn't know what else to do with the hamburger.
I mean,
I thought you said cheeseburgers.
after they took that V out, I stood up right away. My back was like, I think it was adrenaline pumping. I think I still got a little bit in me. Mama pulled up the car, said, I'll go get the mobility scooter. I said, no, bring me out my walker. She goes, you can't walk that far. I go, watch me.
I got about that.
Haley said I looked like I was going to fall a couple times, but I made it to the house because, like I said, I was pissed off. The adrenaline's pumping.
You know, the pork we
I
had,
could have licked the world.
and then this piece of chicken from my dad that was left. Yeah. He said they're on wine until I gave him a couple bites. And then he jumped over here and sat down and whined.
Yeah, there was this girl, you know, she had a back problem real bad, and yeah, they did the same thing, COVID.
Well, Mariah's a little spoiled. Put your butt over here.
And I itch. You know, people come in, I'm kind to them, I'm nice to them. Yeah, I talk a little loud. Like I said, my wife's a little bit deaf, and I talk a little loud. Well, I talk loud enough so you can hear me and understand, because I hate, well, okay, boys and girls, we're going to stick cookies up our butt. You know, you don't hear me and you say, what'd you say? And then I got to repeat myself. I don't like to repeat myself.
Take a shit. I'll be in your room.
I ain't scary. Shit. I was so mad one day, and a ladybug came over flying on me, and, he ain't nothing. He is a gentleman. And then I swatted the motherfucker. I never thought that they would bring the police in on me at a hospital. But then again, about two other times when my mom was in the hospital, I chased the damn cop down the hallway, and yeah, he got away from me. The other time they called the cops on me because I chased the damn doctor into an elevator, and he got gone quick. That's when my mom got another doctor, and they did exploratory surgery, and you know, a few days later, 10 days later, she's dead. Because the first doctor, she's in the hospital for, well, it was after the first of the year, and she kept getting worse and worse and worse and worse. We finally got changed doctors because the other one didn't even want to treat my mom after that. I chased them. And when I chased down the hallway, this officer came, pulled a gun on me, and I punched the wall, put a hole in the wall, walked a little bit further, punched it again. I told him, you know, you son of a bitch, you better put that gun away before I stick it up your ass and unload it. He put it back in his holster. Okay? Yeah. What are you going to do? Your mom's in the hospital. She's getting worse and worse and worse. In the hospital for 3 months. Yeah. You couldn't get a hold of the doctor to find out what the hell's going on. I think it does. And some people do, yeah. Well, why is everybody who's, 80 to 90% of the people who's got Delta virus, Omicron, that virus, why are those people basically that got the vaccine? Well, you're young, Cody. They probably gave you distilled water. Us older people, they're giving the virus, Get rid of the population. Cut down on the population. But, I kept leaving messages at the hospital, at the desk, for this doctor to call me. I gave him my phone number. I gave him my work phone number and the extension. And he never called. And this went on for about a month and a half. And I finally took a couple days vacation, and I sat with my mom day in, day out. And he came into the room. I go, yo, I've been leaving you messages. Can you tell me what's going on? And, I'll be right back. And I go to the door. I go, yo, Doc. And he takes off at a sprint. He gets inside the elevator the next day. Well, not long after that he told the people at the desk, and the nurse came in and told me that he was no longer on my mom's case. Well, yeah, you got to test the vaccine. This is without test. I mean, people today are the guinea pigs. Look how many died from it. Yeah, I mean, they say no about it. You can't prove that they died from the vaccine. Well, yeah, as soon as the needle went in and you injected the shit, within a couple seconds, people fell out of the chair dead. Yeah. Okay. It was so scary getting a shot that they died. I don't know. Yeah, it takes a good 10 years or so to, because it has to be tested. They're making the people of the United States the guinea pigs. Look, they've been giving the flu shot for how many years now? But they can't get the right strain of flu that's coming. They think it's going to be, I think it's 3 to 5 different flu strains. Okay, they do a mixture of it and give you the shot, hoping that it's one of those flu strains. Well, if it ain't, you're going to catch some other strain, No, breakthroughs. Yes, and we know this for a fact there, Yorkshire. Well, I don't know if it's poison or not, okay? I'm not a chemist, I'm not a doctor. I think something is strange, I mean... You know, it's strange. More people have died this year than the year before. And this year, everybody's more or less, I guess, vaccinated, and there's been more deaths. You know, the first year Joe Biden and the whole year Trump was in office, and we didn't have the vaccine. It's almost doubled. I thought Biden was going to stop it. You know, I don't know. I don't think the vaccine works. From what I could see, people are still getting it. A vaccine stops you, prevents you from getting whatever that vaccine was made for. Well, it ain't. You can still get it. You can still spread it. If you couldn't spread it, that would even be a plus. But you can still spread it. I'm not a doctor. I don't know what the hell's going on, but it's strange to me. My opinion, that's it. Wow. That's sad. But yeah, I did. I got really very pissed. Not pissed enough to start swinging or breaking up stuff, but I was in a lot of pain. I went in there for my back. They were checking out my lungs, my heart, COVID, and all this shit. You know, and I sat in that damn hospital for 6 friggin' hours. 2 COVID tests. I thought those tests were, you know, they didn't have many of them, but they gave me one of the new ones, the short ones, and then they gave me, right after that, she took out a long one and was going deep inside my neck, you know, yeah. Don't tell me they have a shortage, because that hospital gave me 2 within I wouldn't even say 5 minutes, 2 minutes. Yeah, they never cared about our health before, but all of a sudden... Well, like I was saying, Yorkshire, here in Washington, D.C., the city of Washington, D.C., their mayor has put out a statement that anybody, starting Saturday, anybody walking outside of their house has to have proof they've had the COVID vaccine, a picture ID, and a mask on. I thought you didn't need a mask outside. But she's making it mandatory where you do. Plus you also have to have your shot card that you've had the vaccine. Not everybody gets them. What, people have to stay home from work? Well, I can't come to work today. You say I don't have to get the shot, but the mayor does, and I can't go outside without it. Sure, they don't care about it. I really don't think this bullshit's going to stop until the House and the Senate and the President are Republicans again. And that might not be never. Because I see, I think it was Pennsylvania? No, New York. New York. It doesn't matter if you live in New York or not. If you live there for 1 month, you can vote in their election, even though you are illegal alien or even a, law-abiding alien. If you don't have your citizenship, as long as you lived in New York for 1 month, you could vote in their elections. I thought about getting a lot of Republicans going there for a month, live there for a month, and vote, all the Democrats out. And you don't need, like me, I can't get around. It's hard for me to get to a polling place. Okay, an absentee ballot. You don't need an excuse anymore for an absentee. You don't need no proof that you're a citizen even, or that you're registered to vote, because you have to be a citizen to vote in the, elections. These people know you just got to live there for a month. That's bullshit. People started fearing what was called a mandate. Now a mandate is as good as law. No, it's not. You don't have to listen to mandates. If they make a mandate, within 30 days, they got to pass it as a law for it to stay in effect, and they don't. The laws of the Constitution of the United States is not they're not upheld. That's like Florida had the mandates, okay? After 30 days, they dropped them. Because the governor there says, we never voted on it to make it law, so we can't uphold it. But I thought it was funny. I hope she lives. But I thought it was funny. AOC went down there thinking, I don't have to wear, she's all for the mask mandates and all this there, for wearing the mask 24/7 and all. She goes down there without the mask, not even wearing it. No time she's down there, and she catches COVID. That's a hypocrite. Demanding everybody wears it, but then they don't. That was old. They can't do that by law. I don't answer the door. What are they going to do? Break down my door? Then I have the right to protect myself. Baseball bat upside the head. Or something. They can't do that by law. I'm sorry, but they can't do that by law. To me, they pull a needle out, that's threatening me. I mean, I don't know what they're going to jab in me. They might say it's COVID, virus, vaccine, whatever. Might be something else. Okay, I got a niece up in Akron. She's 37. She's having mental problems because she was deprived of oxygen when she was born, so she developed mental problems. She sat in a waiting room 3 days. They tested her. She had COVID bad. She sat in a waiting room up in Akron City Hospital for 3 days until her sister wrote the board or contacted the hospital. They found her a room real quick. Her mother had to stay in the room with her because she had COVID. You know, the girl had COVID. The mother was not allowed out to smoke because she smoked and all. So she finally got out, I think, Monday. And now my sister-in-law is got the COVID because they wouldn't let her out. When she went into the room, yeah, she had to stay. Yeah, you know, when they're pushing you to have it, something's rotten in Denmark. It's funny, 80 to 90% of the people who's getting other variances like the, you know, Delta and Omicron or whatever the hell it's called or whatever they are, those are 70 or 80 to 90% of them are people who were vaccinated. It's only that 10% of the people getting it aren't vaccinated. I think there's something funny with their vaccine. But like I said, yesterday at the hospital, it was like, you know, they were stupid. I'm sorry. I go in for, my back was so bad shape. And they're checking me for COVID and seeing if I had a blood clot in my lungs, and yeah. I'm breathing a lot better today because I quit taking the fucking COPD puffer thing. Every time I take it, when I go to bed after taking it, I mean, I lay there gasping for air sometimes. And I didn't take it last night, and I'm feeling good. My breathing is better, I think. Maybe I don't have COPD. Maybe they're wrecking my lungs by me taking it, because every time I've been checked for COPD, I've tested negative. But down here, the doctors say, oh, you got COPD. Okay, but you didn't test me. Okay, you have a great day. What's left of it there, Sarah? Things ain't gonna turn around till, you know, people gotta realize all this shit's bullshit. Get rid of some Democrats, some Republicans, and get rid of this fear-mongering. Yeah. But even having a shot, you still see them die. Sure, all the vaccine does is make your symptoms less. But you can still die from it. You know, that's the thing. You can still spread it to your family members. Like my wife, she worked in a facility, you know, an old folks home, and everybody in there was catching COVID and all, and she never caught it. But I thought it was highly transmittable. I'm sorry, the masks don't do no good. 2 to 3%. That ain't good enough for me to wear one all the time. I'm sorry, if the mask did better, yes, I'd wear it. Just to take a precaution. And that's what I wonder. I thought maybe after the blood test they seen something and I had to take 2 tests. But they said all my tests came back negative. I had nothing. Yes, I have a breathing problem. It's on record that I have a breathing problem. So that's like when I had the bad infection in my leg. It was getting worse and worse. I went to the hospital 3 times within about a week and a half. Finally, the last time, I pointed to the damn thing and showed, is that supposed to be like that? Oh, that's warm. You got a bad infection there. Thank you. Somebody understood me. The first 2 times I went there about the infection, and I told them, and I pointed to it. They was checking my heart, my lungs, my breathing. No, that was before COVID. All different kind of tests. EKGs, they wired my chest all up, EKGs. They took chest x-rays and all this there. They're getting us ready for something. But yeah, and I was within a couple days with the infection of dying because they were more worried about my breathing. No, it's not Bible or Jesus. Might be Bible, might be, it says the end of the world, there's people going to be trying to take over and all, and that could be part of what's going on is. Yeah, I've been saying, when they first came out of it, it's very contagious and people are dying. Yeah, I was scared shitless. Well, I'm hoping not. But you got a guy like Fauci saying, well, don't celebrate Christmas. You know why? Because his birthday's right there at Christmas, around or on Christmas Day. So, yeah. Like I said, Hannah had it in 2020 when it first came out. My daughter had it. She still gave me a hug, night, breathing on me, and I didn't catch it. Nobody else in the house caught it. I don't know. Yeah, Fauci even said the first time, people asked him if you should wear a mask. And he told the truth. He said, no, masks are only like 2-3% effective. And then he turned around, oh yeah, you got to wear a mask. And then it was, you got to wear 2 masks, 3 masks. You got to put yourself in an eggshell with 20 masks on, That's okay. Big particles, yeah. And, he even said the N95 didn't work. It was only like 2-3% effective. I don't know what. I'm not a doctor. I don't know. Yeah, there's water particles. But the real fine ones do get out through the mask. And if those masks work so good, why do you need 2 and 3 of them? You know what I mean? Yeah, you get enough on, it's going to stop everything, and you're breathing. And this virus is microscopic, so yeah, it's going to get through the mask. Then they said the cloth masks are no good. Well, everybody's wearing cloth masks. So yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a doctor. I don't pretend to be. I don't know what's going on. I'm just stating what everybody else is saying. I don't know whether if it's true or false, you know, but something's funny. Well, I'm going to be getting off here, sports fans. My back's beginning to act up. I want to thank you all for coming in. Hit that like button if you would, please. Sure. Y'all have a nice day, what's left of it. Make the memories with your family and friends, and I will see you when I see you.